We all know that Minecraft VR on PSVR2 is probably not going to happen. It did on the original PSVR, but since then, Mojang has been acquired by Microsoft and we're not going to get that experience, it looks like, unfortunately. But one solo developer has created an experience on PSVR2 that's coming out today that looks to bring a lot of the same visual style and gameplay loop of Minecraft in certain ways over to the PSVR2 headset. And there's a lot to talk about here because I was expecting Cyube to be something that it isn't. But after playing around with it for quite a few hours, I'm quite happy at what it actually turned out to be, rather than a straight Minecraft clone that I thought it would be. So, without further ado, this is Cyube, and there's a hell of a lot to talk about here.
Oh wow, this is clear. This is quite a beautiful looking game, I will admit.
The first thing is the visuals, and in tandem with that comes the file size of the game, because Cyube looks and runs incredibly well. One of the best looking games in the headset, with a massive render distance that's basically infinite, so if something is in your sightline, no matter how far away it is, you can see it.
That's nuts. That right there is nuts.
The game genuinely has some of the most jaw-dropping visuals in terms of clarity and distance that I have ever seen in VR. It is ridiculous. The textures are all 8K, I believe, as well. Everything is very, very clean and nice looking. However, there's a caveat that comes with this, and that is that the fact that these 8K textures make the game 66 gigabytes. It is hefty. And I think that makes it the second largest PSVR2 game on the platform, coming in just below Gran Turismo 7. I don't think any other PSVR2 game comes close to it in terms of file size. That's definitely something to consider. But for that file size, you get some of the cleanest looking visuals on PSVR2 if you like the Minecraft-like style. The gameplay of Cyube involves you essentially going around gathering materials and building. That's what this is. This is not Minecraft in VR beat for beat. There's no survival elements, there's no enemy mobs. You can disable your health altogether with no detriment to your trophy unlocks. Whereas in Minecraft, if you do that, you can no longer unlock trophies. And ultimately, it's a sandbox for you to build in. And while I'm not very good at building, and you'll see this throughout the entire video despite my fair few hours in the game, there are some incredible sites people have built, both on the community screenshot tab that shows up in the main menu and in the trailer that you can see, that are genuinely jaw-dropping. However, that is the main gameplay loop here. You are just upgrading your tools and building. That is pretty much it. There's no fighting, there's no combat, there's no survival that's been tacked on here. This solo dev has gone into the creative side of Minecraft, and that's the sort of gameplay you're getting. But ultimately, the building mechanics are incredibly strong here. Not only can you build like normal, like you do in Minecraft, with outlines of where your blocks will be placed before you place them, once they're placed, you can also slide them around so you can actually make adjustments after the fact, meaning you don't have to destroy blocks, you just have to shift them around, which I really appreciate. There's some quality of life features here that genuinely make this better than Minecraft VR in certain aspects, and that is absolutely awesome. The crafting itself is really genius too, because you have to take your different blocks and components and stack them in the recipe in front of you. The blocks connect through nodes on each side of them, and that's how you make the recipes in the shape of what you want to build, and then it becomes that. It's really satisfying, it's really cool, and I love to see ingenious VR mechanics come over to games like this.
This better make something. Fuck. Oh, put it into your bucket or drop it on your shoulder.
Objective completed.
Ah, and I have a pickaxe. Cool.
The same can be said for resource gathering as well, which is genuinely really cool, especially cutting down trees which cut exactly where you cut them. The tree will fall, split up into logs like in games like The Forest, and you can go and hack away at them. And this is an incredibly satisfying gameplay loop because the hits are so precise with the sense controllers, you feel them in the haptics, and I really enjoyed this. You can lose hours easily, just like you can in Minecraft in Cyube VR, and that's one of the things that I was really looking for in it.
Objective completed.
Down it goes. Awesome, so now can I just cut this like here? Oh. Oh no, okay. Oh no, I have to cut it. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Holy shit.
Objective completed.
I get it now. I get it now. I get it now. I get why people like this game.
The last general section before I jump on into some more exciting things and some more nitpicks is the music. Just want to talk about it. It's perfectly serviceable. You can turn it off and put on Spotify, and even put on the Minecraft soundtrack on Spotify in the background if you want to. But the music the game ships with is pretty calming. It's dynamic, so it shifts with whatever biome you're in. whether that be the desert, snow, or forest, so it's perfectly good and relaxing. Anyway, let's get on to some more general points here. As I said, it's not a direct Minecraft clone, there's no combat, there's no progression really, there's no story here, and there's no multiplayer, which is a very important distinction to make. I'm happy with that, but I know a lot of other people may be looking for a survival experience like Minecraft here. That's not what this is. I have to admit as well, at first I found myself a bit lost and a bit bored, because I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't know what the objective was, but as soon as I kind of took the approach to this game that I do with Creative Minecraft, I found myself really enjoying my time with it. And by the end of my play sessions, I had lost track of time completely and had started to really enjoy Cyube for the experience that it offers.
Oh, it's just... It's fucking beautiful. Like, what is that? How... What the fuck? It looks so good.
That being said, there are some awkward mechanics here. Tools can sometimes get stuck, and sometimes hitting an object just too lightly will cause a spark, which makes you think you've damaged it, but you haven't really because you've not hit it hard enough. Same with when you've actually broken an object, you have to use a bucket to essentially hoover it up into the bucket to add it to your inventory. And sometimes objects do bounce and hit off the bucket, and that is slightly annoying when you're trying to pick up objects in droves. But you can also pick up items manually if you want to with Half-Life Alyx style gravity gloves, where you flick something towards you with R2 and then grab it with the grip button, which is really cool. The game also has custom mod block support, so other blocks that players make can be imported into the game. In the main menu, there's also a roadmap that you can take a look at, which shows you where the game's going to go. And overall, the support here seems like a real passion project that I'm excited to offer my support to, because it genuinely is really fun if this type of game appeals to you. And overall, that's the main message here, that the sandbox here is the main thing. It's fun to build in and it's fun to explore. There are such high mountains, vast valleys, and really extensive landscapes to look around in with wildlife that doesn't look like Minecraft style blocky wildlife. These are more just like actual preset assets of deer and lizards and birds, but they do populate the environment, and I did enjoy looking around and seeing them while I explored. But the actual draw for the visuals here is just the landscape itself, to be honest. It is absolutely breathtaking, and finding a nice spot to build your house in is really rewarding, just like it is in Minecraft. And I think one of the most impressive things about Cyube, in my opinion, is the lighting. The bloom can be a little much sometimes, and the sun is quite harsh in certain environments, like in snow. I found it to be far too harsh, but in the green lush valleys it does look very nice. And the dynamic lighting as the time of day changes is awesome.
That render distance is jaw-dropping.
Especially when it shifts to night, and night is not very long, but you can adjust that time. I'll get onto that in a minute. But night itself is honestly just breathtaking. The Aurora Borealis can be seen. It looks very stylized and really clear, and I absolutely love the way it looks.
That's so cool. Hello dear, you scared the shit out of me, bro.
Same down in caves, the OLED panels of the PSVR2 make those colors pop just as they do at nighttime with the northern lights.
That's so cool. There's a real sense of scale to it all. I really appreciate that. I guess it just comes with the territory of this kind of game though, but...
And the scale and spectacle of the environments here that are generated is something to behold for sure. There's no fluids in game though, there's no bodies of water as far as I can tell. I'm not sure if that's being added or not. I'm sure it's something the dev is looking into, but I couldn't find any, and I'm fairly sure there aren't any in the game, but please feel free to correct me in the comments below if there are, but I'm pretty sure there aren't. However, the last thing that I kind of want to touch on here in terms of features is the menus, because it's honestly really good how many options it gives you. You can customize your experience to a great extent. You want to turn off full damage? Do so. It still keeps on the headset haptics, so when you jump off a mountain, you'll still feel the headset rumble go off, but you'll take no damage, meaning that you're just relaxing and chilling in the environment. You can adjust how long day is, how long night is, what kind of bloom you want, whether you want it to be constantly snowing or raining, how dark your HMD display is, and all sorts of other different options, which is just awesome to see. Every accessibility feature that you want to be here in terms of customizing your gameplay is here, and I really appreciate that. My ultimate verdict is I am in love with Cyube as a game. It's really good. if you know what you're getting yourself into and you want to experience a game like this. This is not a survival simulator. It is simply a creative sandbox to build in and craft in, which I really enjoy because I find it very therapeutic. Building my own little house took far too long than it should have and showcases my immense lack of skill, but it was a lot of fun to do.
For now, I'm done. We're good. I got my little home. Nothing in it. I'll build a table later. Come out, sit on the chair. Just look outside.
And I can't wait to build more as I play more of the game in the future. So if you know what you're getting yourself into and you love Minecraft Creative Mode, you'll probably get a fair bit out of this. It's one of the best looking games on PSVR2 in terms of clarity. I have no idea what dark wizardry they did to pull this off, but I'm thoroughly impressed by it. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you did enjoy. Are you going to get Cyube, do you think, or not? Does it not seem like a game for you because of its basically creative and crafting only gameplay loop? Or are you simply going to jump in and give it a go regardless? Please do let me know in the comments below. I've also got to say a big thank you to our patrons, Luke Bentley, Hazit Mirza, Philip Irving, and Ace Gamer. You guys keep the channel running and essentially make it so that I can do what I do, and you guys are very much appreciated, so thank you so much for your donations each month. But thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video.